was the night before the Europa League semi-final, and all the children gathered. Wow. As the Queen says, good evening.
Good evening.
Wave to the subjects. PG, welcome back in the house. Hola, hello, good evening. PG Tips Amanda, aka Kelvin Lewis's daughter.
He's very excited about coming on. Not long now.
We're going to reveal all of that tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll do that.
Just in case we lose or we don't play well, we're going to give the kids a big surprise about what we're doing next week and the week after.
Hola, everybody.
Welcome back to the pod, my brother from another podcast, Mother Mr. Super Kevin Campbell.
Bow! 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 Bow!
I'm loving the swag this week, Kevin. I mean, you know, you're always looking cool, but that's a good. I like that top tonight. You look like you're ready to get in the trenches. You look like you're ready to fight the good fight. All of it.
Got to be ready with this Arsenal. Come on.
They drive us mad.
Is anyone nervous yet, or is everyone feeling good, as Michael Bublé once sang?
I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous.
I knew that was good. Okay, I love it.
But you know PGs are going to be nervous.
Yeah.
PG tips.
I mean, she can't be clutching already.
She needs a cuppa, doesn't she? She needs a
Come
cuppa.
on, get the kettle on, Kev. Get the kettle on.
After the day I've had...
Microwave the water, yeah.
Oh, yeah, like Magic Mike.
Magic
After the day I've had, I need vodka and I don't even really drink.
Before we move ahead, good evening to all the squaddies in the house, by the way. And I apologize in advance because I can't remember if it was Matthew Hudson or Matty K or either one of those. But you guys sent me this about 10 days ago and I promised to put it up and I haven't yet just because the European Super League happened and life and all that other crap. So we had to deal with all of that. But check this out, you guys.
I love it. It's fantastic. I love the way they've done your hair.
But it's the samurai sword.
I know.
Yeah. It looked like I'm going to brock the neck.
And it looks like I'm getting stabbed with the sword.
Neck, yeah.
You know what I've noticed? They put a microphone in front of me. That's quite funny because it is mine, isn't it? My little headset.
I love it because Kev's got his hat on, his Dickie Bow Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, captured brilliantly, by the way. Absolutely.
Really good.
So thank you. And
I love it.
I'm apologizing. So whoever it was, let me know. And it is brilliant artwork. And Matty K, clearly that wasn't you. That's amazing. So I'm thinking it was Matthew. It wasn't me. I'm not that talented.
Or was it Darren? I keep saying that.
Casey's hands look like they want to brock the neck.
I'm going to brock the neck.
It's either he wants to strangle me or Amanda, but he ended up on the other side.
Hey, Sophie, I could tell her I ain't messing with you with that sword.
No. Dangerous ads.
Too good. So yes, whoever sent that, thank you so much. And I'm going to go back and look through all the emails because, as you can imagine, I've got to go back. And we do get a lot of emails, but I'm going to do that just to make sure that we thank the right person. But if you're listening, do let us know. All right, another laundry list out the way because I didn't do it last night because it was a big show. We were busy wheeling and dealing and selling players and buying players. But Mr. Kanu is up for grabs this week from Football Prizes. Go grab your ticket before Jags wins it. Okay?
We all need to stroke Jags, don't we, for the lottery, honestly.
Yeah. We decided not to stroke him for the Europa League because we didn't want to jinx anything. So, you know, that's how we're rolling. Right.
The lottery will do. The lottery will do.
Kev, I got his picture with the Fab Four back four. And he's got his kids in there. I don't know if they're his kids or his siblings or whoever. I mean, he looks really young to have kids. Kudos to him. But it's a great shot. And we're going to be talking to Jags on Friday at the beginning of the show. And guess what he's done? He's put a Word document together to illustrate to all the squaddies how he's won his Football Prizes memorabilia.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what's worse about that? As soon as you try and do it, it never works.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Okay, let's get on with the show this evening. Big game tomorrow night, you guys. We're here for a half hour more this evening. We want to get everyone out to watch the second half of the Champions League, of course. And if you're watching on replay, thanks for joining us. I'm going to read some stats out to you guys before we start talking about stuff. And then at the end of the show, PG is going to share a little Arsenal experience with you guys. But let's get to it. All right. Arsenal have beaten Villarreal twice in the Champions League, one being in that semi-final, of course, in 05 and 06. But this couldn't be a more different side to that side, as we all know. In the last 2 Europa League seasons, Arsenal are unbeaten in 10 away games. Okay. They've won 6 of their last 7 European ties away from the Emirates. This is why I was saying on last night's show, we got to bag in 2 or 3 goals because our home form sucks. All right. And although scoring goals in the Premier League has been rough, listen to this stat, you guys. The Gunners have scored 17 goals in 6 away ties under Mikel Arteta. That's where we can score the goals. We can't do it in the Premier League, but we do it in the Europa League. So we're proving once again that we are a really good cup side. Villarreal have scored, I think, 50 goals in La Liga versus our 44 goals in the Premier League. So, look, I think this matchup is pretty even. Kev watches Villarreal. For those that missed the show last night, we said we'd get stuck into this a little bit more today. Kev, let the troops know where the pitfalls are for tomorrow night, despite the stats and facts I just spouted at everybody.
Well, look, the pitfalls are at the top end of the pitch for Villarreal. They're very good up front. Got players in abundance who could score goals. Was worried about Chukwueze, who is their right winger, playing against Xhaka. If that's the case, we're going to need Gabriel behind him because this guy's a flying machine. Gerard Moreno's got 20 goals this season. I think it's the second or third season in a row where he's got late teens, early 20s. So he's a definite threat. They've got quality all over the pitch, but it's just like us under Emery. I don't rate them at the back, and they will give us chances. They really will. And if we half turn up, I fancy us to score a couple of goals.
Is someone trying to freeze Super Kevin Campbell, Amanda?
Why?
Did you hear him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You just froze for a second.
Oh,
Kev.
no, I can't. I heard him
Okay.
completely.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
I finished. I just said that, I finished. So
Oh, no, he has frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Move your face,
frozen.
Kev.
I think we're alone now.
No.
Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Well, I'm moving on mine. I can tell you that much. I don't know about yours. I'm moving
I
on
love
mine.
it. He's speaking and it's not in sync.
Okay, so I want to get your guys' starting team because, Amanda, there's been some reports today. Major developments because on last night's show, we were all worried about Eddie Nketiah maybe starting up front tomorrow night, which nobody wants. Oba might be available, Laka might be available, David Luiz and Tierney. 2 season-ending injuries, supposedly. What's happening?
Well, the thing is, even if they're in training, they're not going to be match fit. And I'm sure Lacazette can't be fit. But it's fantastic news that he's back. Maybe he's in training for next week, all of them. But you know what? He's got to go for it tomorrow night. We have to get some goals. You know what I always say? I much prefer playing the away leg second. Unfortunately, we haven't got that this time. So we need to get 2 or 3 goals. We really do. Because by what I'm hearing, Villarreal are a decent side.
Do you think Arteta's bluffing like curved glass? By the way, curved glass. Do you think he's bluffing, Kev? Do you think he's trying to put the opposition off?
Well, we're going to find out tomorrow, aren't we? Look, at the end of the day, you've got to try and do anything to make them think. But I don't see what he would gain by coming out and saying it if the players weren't in contention. Because we've seen Aubameyang is training. He's not going to say Tierney's in contention if he's not. That to me don't make sense. It's usually a straight shooter on things like that. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they can concede goals too. There's no doubt about that. Kev, wanted to ask you this. It's coming from Archangel too. Why would you take those risks? Keep Oba on the bench if we need him to come into the game. Do you start Martinelli up front? What does your starting 11 look like for tomorrow?
I'm in two minds about Leno. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Goal. Yeah, I am. You know, listen, you can't have a goalkeeper who's going to cost you. He'll probably get the nod, but I mean, I would be in two minds about him. I probably think Chambers will start.
Kev, can I just interrupt for 1 second, because I want to ask you, if you're a player and you're in that squad, because you have your own personal feelings in your mind, you know, are you hoping that the manager plays Ryan versus Leno because you think that's going to be the best?
It's I think at the end of the day, when you're a player, you trust the manager's selection, because look, everybody's pros, everybody could play well. It's just Leno's cost us at times. So whoever, listen, like I said last night, whoever Arteta decides to go with, as long as they go out and perform, I don't care. But me personally, I'm thinking as a fan, I'm like that about Leno, because I mean that goal against Everton was a disgrace.
Yeah, and he hasn't played since, and this is going to be the first game back. And you say throw him back into the frying pan, but this is our biggest game all year, Amanda. Are you starting Leno, or are you?
Yeah, 100% starting Leno. Matty Ryan hasn't played enough for us. I don't want to throw him in like that, and I think Leno needs this. What would it say to him? Because he made a mistake, because goalkeepers do. If we dropped him for Villarreal and put Matty Ryan in.
He cost the game, so it would be.
He's been costing games, PG.
Yeah.
Let's not
go in. What about?
It's not just one goal. He's not more than one goal in.
No. Okay, he cost us the game against Everton. I disagree with, because at the end of the day, we should have scored. We should have been able to score more than one goal against Everton, and we didn't. We missed our chances. VAR had a part to play as well, so you could say that. Yeah,
it wasn't even a penalty.
Did he muck up? No, I know that, but did he muck up?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, did he muck up? Yeah. Well, they do. They do. Goalkeepers do.
Yeah, but not the best goalkeepers.
I've seen De Gea do that.
No, the best goalkeepers don't. PG, come on now. The best goalkeepers don't.
I think you're trying to defend him, okay? And
it's not that I'm trying to defend him. I just want to play the best goalkeeper for tomorrow night.
But right now, he might not be the best goalkeeper in. You got to play. It's not about playing the best goalkeeper. You play the goalkeeper who's in form, who's fearless. It's the same thing with up front. Aubameyang's had malaria. Lacazette's had a hammy. Is it right to start them against Villarreal? Look what happened to Tottenham again with Harry Kane. He wasn't fit. He couldn't play that game.
There's no one else.
He's their best player. No, they could have had other options, but they chose. Exactly, Kev.
So is Arteta going to get lambasted? Because I guarantee you here, 99.99% he will play
Why
Leno.
Are you afraid of that? You got to play the form players. It's the same thing with going to the Euros or the World Cup. I never get this pick your best players. No, you pick the hot players, the form players.
Well, the best players were the inform players. Yes, of course.
Not always. No, Aubameyang's our best striker, but he's not our inform player right now.
But he'll still play him. If he was fit tomorrow night, he'd be playing.
Yeah, but there's a difference between the guy. Okay, Leno's saves have saved us as much as Aubameyang's goals have saved us too, right? But the problem is Leno's been playing consistently. Aubameyang hasn't. He's been out. He's had lots of issues. He's chopped and changed. I mean, it's not the same because
bench will be the best for him.
Yes.
So what we're saying is that most people I can see in chat want Matty Ryan to start. Do you two want Matty Ryan to start tomorrow night?
PG, I've said to you, if please listen to what I'm saying. I said, me personally, I'm like that on Leno, but Arteta will probably play him.
Yeah, he will, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying me personally, that's all.
Yeah. I mean, look, Alisson's had his own issues this season, and we've seen some changes. You know, sometimes managers have cup goalkeepers and then they have Premier League goalkeepers. I mean, there's no doubt that Leno's our number one, but when you are trying to win a European trophy, you have to also make really ruthless and tough decisions as a manager. For example, are you going to play Cedric at right back or are you going to play Chambers, Kev? Because he's not, and he shouldn't play Xhaka at left back. Give me that back line and how you see that.
I personally think Chambers will play, and we might see Cedric at left back because I think this is too important a game to have Granit Xhaka out of position. That's just my personal choice. I think we need Xhaka beside Partey in the centre.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I'm hoping
100%.
he will do Cedric on the left and Chambers on the right. I really do. But I just saw a quote from someone saying, I'm reluctant to criticise players.
No, but they said something nice at the end of it. They said, fair enough.
But do they not listen to me when I slag off players? It's bizarre. I will slag them off if they need it. But at the moment, he made a mistake. It happens.
All right. So who are you playing? So I think we all agree that Chambers at right back. Are we playing Rob Holding and Pablo Mari in the centre?
I personally think he's going to play Gabriel
with Holding, because I don't like that combo.
No, I know, but listen, they stretch you, and we're going to need some speed at the back. Trust me. Because what Chukwueze does from the right,
I agree with that.
He makes that run across the back four and in. And if you haven't got somebody quick enough to go with him, we're going to be in trouble.
Okay, and obviously because David Luiz has been out for a while, and he doesn't like to play. He doesn't like to play Murray and Gabriel together. It feels like it will be Holding and Gabriel. PG, do you agree with that? Yeah,
that would be my back five. But with Leno,
at left back, we may have differing opinions here. I'm going to kick this off. I would play Saka at left back for this away leg because of Chukwueze, Kev, because of what that threat is on that side, and because of who I would like to see playing ahead of him on that left side as well. So for this particular game, I think Saka can do as much damage for the team going forward from that side as he can playing on the right side up front. What are your thoughts?
Listen, I think wherever Saka plays, he can hurt the opposition. Left back he'll have his hands full, let me tell you, with Chukwueze. But he can do it. He's played there for England, so we know he's a fine player. Even at fullback, he's a fine player. For me, I want him higher up the pitch. But I understand what you're saying, Sophie. I do understand what you're saying. But for me, I want him higher up the pitch because his speed, his guile, his craft could really hurt them.
Yeah. And the other thing too, Kev, is more so for the away leg where I feel like we need to steal those goals, because our home form's been really poor. I just think pace-wise, I trust Saka more than Cedric in this instant. And if there's, we can always switch gears. He can always push Saka up in the second half, bring Cedric on. If Chambers isn't having a good game, there's some options there, I think, at the left-back position. Amanda,
but we could always move him back. We could always move him back.
And that works as well. Yeah. That works its way too. Yeah. What do you say, PG? Who are you playing at left-back?
Cedric.
Okay.
Definitely Partey with Xhaka.
Okay, so in the midfield, we're all in agreement it's Partey and Xhaka, correct?
Yep, definitely.
All right, so Kev, how do you see that lineup in front of Partey and Xhaka? I mean, you got to play Ødegaard, right?
I see Ødegaard. I see Saka on the right, Pepe on the left, and if he's fit, Lacazette will play as number 9.
I agree.
As much as I'd love that, and that would be fantastic, how can he be match fit?
He's not. How long's he been out?
Couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, that's it. But this game is that important. sometimes you have to take a risk.
Yeah, I know. And there's not much left after I get that. But
Are you playing You're playing ESR though, right, Kev? And
No, I'm not.
no, he's
You're
playing
not?
Odegaard.
No, I'm not. Odegaard plays.
so you're not going to put.
ESR can come on.
Okay. PG, how does your lineup look at the front?
Well, that would be my lineup, fun enough. But I'm not sure about playing Laka tomorrow night, which causes a problem because then it does come down to Eddie or Pepe up front. Yeah, I like
or
Pepe.
Martinelli. But the only thing about those three players is with Lacazette's link up, we are a much better team.
Oh, God, yeah. That's a good team if he plays.
Right? Now, if we play either one of them, now I'm not saying they're bad players, they're good players, but we won't be the same.
What I would do is I'd go ESR. I know people don't like ESR on the left, right? Because I've got Saka playing left back. So I would play ESR, Odegaard, Pepe, and I would throw Martinelli up front. And because Laka's hammy's up, we don't know how Ober's recovering from malaria. I think Odegaard's come back, again from injury. He can come on and be a game changer. I would honestly, for me up front, I would throw in Balogun or I would throw in Martinelli, and more so Martinelli. And I think ESR and Odegaard can interchange. I think Pepe can interchange because he can switch flanks as well, Kev. I just think it would confuse Villarreal as well. And I think it will be tough for them to pick up markers and know who they're dealing with if we kind of dazzle them the same way we did Leicester. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if Laka's not fit, Martinelli up front, not Balogun, not for tomorrow night. I'd like to see him in the league to start, but I wouldn't put him in tomorrow night.
Yeah, no. Anik, I've got Saka playing left back. Kev, what do you think about that formation? Is it too risky? If I've got ESR, I've got Pepe on the other side. I've got Martinelli playing up front.
No, it's not too risky. You've got to take a risk sometimes, especially if your main guys aren't fit. Mm-hmm. You've got to take a chance. And we've seen Martinelli do okay up front and look pretty sharp. But this is another level, so we'll see. I'm sure Arteta will pick what he thinks is the right player at that number 9. I think is really important tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I think Pepe should start tomorrow. I think this is the way of having a little bit more dynamism in the team to get those away goals. Have Saka be able to break from that left side. Pepe, I know people don't like that combo, but I just think because the left back position is going to be so important tomorrow night, Kev, I think it's where the game could be won and lost, to be honest with you, which is why I'd put Saka there.
But I'd like a natural defender, see? Yeah. And Cedric's a natural defender.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Saka there.
But believe you me, from what I've seen, and maybe I'm not putting it across enough, we can get at this back four, I'm telling you, but we need our speed, we need our movement, and we need our quality at the top end of the pitch. Pepe and Saka could be the match winners. I'm telling you now.
What about Pepe, Saka, and ESR though? Because they all go for it, don't they? Instead of Odegaard. Look, it's a nice.
Well, all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, Pepe and Saka are the speedsters. Smith Rowe's a quality player, and he's a link man. But if he doesn't have a Lacazette to link with, that's maybe a little bit harder for him.
Yeah.
But I know with the speed that Pepe and Saka have, we could really hurt this team. I mean, really hurt them.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page with Demsek here in the sense Odegaard and ESR, I think, are interchangeable. Laka, I'm not sure if he's ready. Pepe, I would definitely start. All right, so let's hear it before we get to some other bits and bobs here, because we're going to talk about this tomorrow night after the game, of course. How do you see this one going?
Hold on, has Demsek gone for 3 at the back there?
Well, he's gone Chambers right, Holding, Mari. He's going, he's got Gabby.
Yeah. So is he playing him left back or is he going 3 at the back? Because that might be another good move.
Would you like to see us play 3 at the back against Villarreal? Kev?
Yeah, because you can press high up the pitch, and they struggle. When you press them high, they struggle.
Well, if you've seen
struggle.
that, then we'll know tomorrow night, won't we?
Don't you think that will really expose us on that right side?
Well, it depends. They've got to get through the press first.
Well,
if we come out and press.
No, we have to press. It's no point playing that system if you're not going to press.
Yeah.
So you're going to play. So you a 3-5-2.
So it could be 3-5-2, but you've got Gabriel on the left-hand side to deal with Chukwueze.
Mm-hmm.
So if he picks the ball up, he's not coming from just level. He's coming from deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Chukwueze would be.
Let's see, Daniel. Where's Daniel? Because he's saying a 3-4-3. Chambers, Mari, Gabriel, Cedric, Saka, then Partey, Xhaka, Pepe, Martinelli, and Laka. That's love. I'm not adverse to that. I'm not going to say no to that. You know, I still think Pepe, Martinelli, Laka only. You know, if you, Kev, do you? You're player. Get us into the player head. Is he ready? Do you think he could be ready based on?
Even if it's a slight twinge on the hamstring, is it only 2 weeks?
Yeah, well, listen, what we don't know is the extent of what he done. He might just done a couple of fibers.
Okay, fair enough. And we don't know, do we?
No, we don't know. And they tested him in training, and he might seem okay, but we know the game is different. But they might just say, Laka, give us an hour. They might say that, give us an hour.
If you can,
we'll really go for it for an hour.
Or the reverse side to that too is if there's nothing happening or we're in trouble, be prepared to come on for the last 25 minutes.
Half hour, 25, yeah. Exactly.
All right, so you guys, we've got options. I would like to see us go for it a little bit. I'd love Pepe and Martinelli to start tomorrow. PG, what does your crystal football say?
Well, we're so shite at the moment that it would be so Arsenal
not
to
away
do it.
From home in the Europa League. We're not.
Yeah, well, I just generally think at the moment there's just no confidence. I don't know. I haven't thought about a prediction at the moment. I haven't.
Well, you've got to give one.
I'm being bossed around.
2-1 Arsenal. Come on, PG. 2-1 Arsenal.
I was thinking that, but then I was thinking, all right, I'll go for 2-1 Arsenal because that was in my head. That would be quite a good result for us against Villarreal.
2 away goals would take that.
Yeah.
I think I may have said 2-2 earlier this week, but I might go for a 3-2 to the Arsenal. I think we're going to get 3 away goals tomorrow night. We're really good away from home. And listen, guys, here's the key to everything here. Do not confuse the Arsenal Premier League team with the Arsenal Cup team. Because they're completely different. They're like Jekyll and Hyde. They're night and day.
Different personalities, yep.
They're chalk and cheese, you know? And for some, they may even be Marmite. But trust me, I read you the stats at the beginning of the show. We're a much better team away from home, especially in this competition. So I think we could win 3-2 tomorrow night.
I think you're right. I think we could win.
3 away goals. That would be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
I think there's goals there. I definitely think there's goals there. I think we can beat them 2-1. But you know what? 2-1 or even 2-2 ain't a bad result. Tell you.
Yeah, no, I
think we'll win, but even 2-2 is not a bad result.
I think we need to come away from that away leg with a 1-up. We have to because we're woeful at home. Our home record has just never been worse. Right. Those are the predictions. Those are our predicted lineups. We're going to keep it short and sweet tonight. PG, you spent some time with the team yesterday or someone? Like, what did you do?
I won a little competition to have a little Q&A with some players, not only me on my own.
Another winner from the Highbury squad.
I don't know if I won or just everyone who entered it got through. I don't know. It was like a webinar, and the 2 players that came out were Chambers and Holding, and there was a guy who was, hosting it, and we had to ask questions and stuff like that, and they answered some questions. But generally, you could see how happy they were, so laid back. I think they're both northern by their accents as well, and the way they would talk, they were just having a laugh, and they were like, who's the funniest in the changing rooms? It was definitely Laka and Uber. Then we had to vote on the best goals and what it all meant. And it was really interesting listening to their points of views of goals this season and, you know, games they've played in and everything. And then they got to Chambers and he was talking about, someone asked him, this is what they said. They said, "Oi, Chambers, how comes you've turned into Cafu? What's happened?" Right? I had to write it down because it was a funny quote. He answered, he said, "It's my new knee." He said, "I'm reborn." He said,
hilarious.
He said he's enjoying the way we play. The manager has been very, very good with him, loving the tactics. These are his words, and loving everything about working under Mikel Arteta. He is teaching me everything. And I think that was so nice to hear, because it just shows that, you know, when people go, he's lost the dressing room, unless you talk, I mean, the players aren't going to say anything on an Arsenal webinar, of course, but then they don't have to praise him like that. You know, they looked pretty laid back. They just got back from training, them too, and they were just sending them some stories and things. And I just really love that quote. And I think people are really recognising how well Chambers is doing, and he's enjoying it as well.
BG, what was their demeanour like?
Well, they were in separate rooms and they were laid back, and there was no tension. There was
smiling.
nothing.
They're smiling and everything.
Absolutely taking the mickey out of each other, and you know, there was who plays best together holding, and it was just fun. It was a nice thing to listen to watch, and it was very much like it was just nice to see that the team spirit. And they were saying in the dressing room, and they were taking the mickey out of Pepe. It was brilliant. They were saying things like, Pepe's just in a world of his own. He just doesn't care. He does what he wants. And he's not talking about on the pitch. He's talking about generally in life. He said he's great. He's great fun. But he is quite different, and he's funny. And I was like, oh, so we were like listening to all
character.
That.
He's got a little bit of a character.
I think, like a different character to what they're used to. And they really liked him. I mean, you can tell by his little sideburns and stuff, Pepe. And he reminds me of Bellerin, where Bellerin just doesn't care about following the trend, does he? Bellerin wears what he wants, says what he wants, builds dreams, or whatever he does, you know.
I agree with Lone Star. God damn, if Chambers is the standard at this football club, then we're all in trouble. Bless them for having a lovely little moment. Bless their cotton socks for being so sweet.
You can't say he's not improving.
It's not about improving. It's about what I know since he's been at the club, and he's not the answer to get us back to where we need to be in the Premier League. He is not. Let's not be romantic about Chambers and his little haircut and sideburns. Actually, that was Pepe with the sideburns, right?
I'm really pleased for him that he's doing well. I mean, we need it, because it don't look like we're buying any players unless we get the old new owner in.
Well, we can't do that until the summer, so don't worry.
No, I know.
Exactly. Sorry, I just chambered out. I'm chambered out, El Nenny'd out. You know, all these guys. Is Jenkinson out? He's gone, right? Officially somewhere?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay, so...
Jeez. Poor Jenkinson. He's gone years ago and he's like still getting roped.
I know. Reminds me of Stepanov's.
Okay, so I wanted to get your guys' take on Mikel Arteta coming out and defending Kroenke, and then also getting your feedback on the Spotify co-founder who went on CNBC tonight saying he's got the money and he's mounting a proper challenge.
Yeah.
Super Kev, I'll start with you. Mikel Arteta defending Kroenke. What are your thoughts on that? I just want to read something here that he says, our fans raised their voices during the match against Everton, but now we have a very clear statement from the owners. So I think that is gone when they say what they said last night and show the commitment and desire to take the team where we all want. I think it's very clear where we are moving forward. Arteta also continued to praise the commitment of the Kroenkes, claiming that they are excited to be part of the Arsenal. What are your thoughts, Kev?
Well, one is his bosses. He's not going to really go against his bosses, that's for sure. Two, they're the ones who got him in. Obviously, the plan is his plan. So why would he go against them when really they've said what you want to do, we'll back it, whatever you want to do. And he's started by changing the culture. He started by getting players out. We've said it. Yeah, we have regressed in the league terribly. which, none of us are happy about. But we are still in the semi-final of the Europa League, and we still have a chance. So I just think, as a manager, you don't want upset. And, he's trying to get everybody on side, which ain't going to happen. But even as a manager, you don't want too much distractions before, the next two games in the semi-final, I suppose.
Okay, so PG, all the protests, the fans, the passion we saw outside the Emirates a couple of weeks ago, everyone's standing on that Arsenal sword, and the manager that you love dearly comes out in support of the owners you hate vehemently. Where do you stand on this?
I'm just going to get lambasted for what I say. Listen, what do you expect him to do? He cannot come out. You don't know his true feelings. He may have a good relationship. He did say he would like Kroenke to connect with the fans. He did say he would like to speak to the fans. I mean, he understands, but you're putting him in a position where he's trying to run his team to get through to a semi-final, and you've got a protest going on outside. What do you want him to do? He probably totally understands what we're all saying, but it's his boss. You can't expect him to come out and say, I don't want to work for him. Let's get Spotify in, or whoever it was. You can't do that. I mean, to be honest, it's absolutely madness that anyone would ask him that. What do you expect him to do? Go, actually, I'm in agreement with the fans.
Well, no, he could maybe just say something a little bit different, a little bit like the way Pep handled it. And instead of saying, look, I can see, instead of trying to sell everyone with the PR spin on taking the team where we all want, leave that shit out, Mikel. Don't say that, because someone in corporate's told you to say that. Stick with the fans have raised their voices during Everton. We've heard it. It's a clear statement from the owners. We move on. We've got a semi-final tomorrow. Don't get stuck in this. I know where they want to go. I know what they want to build. I know what they want to do. Because I'm sorry, it's hypocritical of fans to now come out. No, well, let me finish. It's hypocritical after you stood and protested, the fans who did, to come out when he defends the owners that the fans are protesting against. I mean, it's just like corporate bullshit of the highest order. He should just keep it simple, vanilla. Don't go into the, I know what they want to do, I know how they want to build. Just leave that part out. I'm not saying what he did or didn't do is wrong or right. Just leave that bullshit part out.
But do you not think that he actually might feel that? We don't work with the Kroenkes. Crankies, I was going to go on the Kroenkes. We don't actually know what's going on. We only see the Kroenkes. We actually only see what we're told and read. He works with them. Maybe
Amanda,
no, hold on. No. Let me finish. You're missing
my point. Let me reiterate it. The point is, say that and support his boss. Just don't try and sell the fans. And we've talked and we know.
Sophie's
it's
just
not the time,
trying
Amanda,
to calm the situation. He's trying to get his team through to a final of the Europa League. So maybe he's just trying to calm the situation. Maybe he doesn't want protests every home game. Maybe he doesn't want that at the moment. Maybe he's just trying to calm the situation.
Calm the situation? What's to calm? Like, how are you going to calm a movement? Fans are being vocal.
Because he's trying to explain that, the Kroenkes do want to build.
That's not what fans want to hear right now. That's my point. Don't say that
he's
part.
The manager of a football team.
He's the manager, so
he's not a fan. He's not. He's an adult. An employee.
Arteta could stab someone in the eye, and you would still say, "You know what? I see his perspective."
What? If he would have come out and slagged off the Kroenkes, I would have gone mad. I would have gone mad. I'd have been very, very disappointed.
No, you wouldn't. You would have loved it.
No, I wouldn't have. Not now. Not at the moment. If we win the final,
opposite of what you're saying is true. He shouldn't be backing them publicly about building a team, and he knows where they want to go.
He should. He's trying to keep the level down. Don't you understand?
No, it's such corporate bullshit when the guy from Spotify is talking on CNBC. It's such nonsense.
So, PG, can I just interject a little bit?
Go on.
Maybe, just maybe. Remember, he's been put in there for a reason, and he's probably told them, this is what I want to do. I've got to sort the dressing room out, and then we've got to get rid of these players, and then I've got to get in the summer and get the players. And maybe they've said, right, yeah, we're behind you on that. So maybe he's just talking about it from his point of view. He's not trying to... No, fair enough. You think it's not the time. But what I'm saying is, I don't think he's trying to sell the fans. I think he's just trying to say his point of view, because he can only speak for himself. He can't
I'm telling you that most Arsenal fans were probably disappointed that he came out so vehemently to defend them tonight and talk about a plan.
Yeah, but they're gonna be.
No, but my point is very simply, just don't say that part. Say something to calm the base, but do not try and sell the fans right now on a vision the Cronkies have. It's the wrong time.
I don't think he's doing that. I think he's just trying to calm the situation.
All right.
That's what I think. Instead of him sitting there fueling the fire when we got a semi-final.
It's not about fueling the fire. You're talking complete opposite of what I'm saying. It's actually him calming things down. He's fueled the fire of the fans.
I don't feel angry by it.
People like me. That's because you love Arteta and you defend him all the time.
I don't feel angry about it. I'm actually like, I take no notice of what he says because maybe
you hate the so all week you've been tweeting and you've been going at the Cronkies and they got to get out my club and this, and then you're tweeting about the Spotify guy saying, oh my gosh, this is good news and whatever. And then Arteta comes out and defends the Cronkies and you defend Arteta.
Because he's an employee. I'm not defending what he's saying. I don't agree. I do want him out. I've said it for years. And I would love this Spotify. I watched that interview. He's fantastic. Whether it's all talk or not, I don't know. It's a very bizarre way he's gone about it on social media. But if that's the new way of doing business, I don't care. I think he is saying all the right things. That's not fair to say that to me. So if I want them out, but I'm just I'm talking about an employee of a club. Can I ask you if I was on that Q&A yesterday, do you think Chambers or Holding would have said anything different? Of course they're not going to. They can't go against their employer live. You don't know what they say privately.
Players come out all the time and are honest.
I haven't seen one player say they want recently.
Gundogan did an interview recently. James Maddison came out and was praised for an honest interview that they did recently. You're talking about honesty in interviews and stuff like that. I never talked about players coming out and being against Kroenke. That's you're adding something now that isn't even part of the discussion or the conversation.
So now we're having a go at Arteta for defending his employer and not defending, but saying, I know they want to build.
No, you're missing the point. He can defend his employer. Just do not try and sell the fans on a vision that the Cronkies have right now. It's bullshit corporate nonsense. That's where you lose me. I respect that you want to say something positive about your employer, but I do not respect you saying we've sat down, we know what we want to do, the team, and this nonsense. Nobody wants to hear that right now. Nobody.
Yeah, but whether you want to hear it or not, that might be the truth.
Yeah. He might
last night they showed their commitment, their desire, where we want to go moving forward. Such nonsense. Okay, we're not going to agree on this.
No. So I just want to say this. We have agreed on here that we do need to strengthen in the summer. Have we agreed that, yes or no?
Of course.
So that is what he's saying.
That's in your opinion, not mine.
Okay, but if he's saying we know what the plan is, we know what we're going to do moving forward, to me, that says we're going to strengthen.
Like we do, and they say every season.
But we have strengthened in last summer.
My point again, just to close the subject on my behalf, if you guys want to make a final comment, I do not have an issue with him defending his employer. I've said that until I'm blue in the face. I have an issue with him trying to sell us on a Kroenke dream. That's bollocks. Does anyone else have anything to say on this subject?
Well, I don't know what the dream. I don't know what the dream is because it's basic. What he said is basic to me.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite as dramatic as you're saying. I think you're defending a team, he's defending a team is a bit different.
They are fully excited and committed to this project, and they really want to push everybody to do what we want to do. I said from the beginning what my perception was, everything that I sense, all the communication that I have with the Cronkies. The reality is that we have owners who are really committed. They want a successful team on the pitch. Yeah. Shall I go on?
No, but what does that tell you? They want a successful team on the pitch. Of course they do. That's why they have to strengthen.
Oh, now we're saying the Cronkies want this and want that. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. Unreal.
Sophie, what are you talking about? We've agreed that we're going to have to strengthen.
No, that's not. That's not that is not the point. I just read a quote to you where he talks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're not going to agree on it. So let's just agree to disagree. Okay. Because clearly he's saying there. Does anyone really want to hear that from the manager right now?
I don't care, to be honest.
Because it suits you.
No,
suits you.
No, because I'm more interested in the lineup for tomorrow night and what we do and stuff. And
we've already talked about that. So
but that's what I'm interested in. So I don't care what you say. But
you've been interested in the Cronkies and everything over the last week. So now you're only interested in tomorrow. So when it's Arteta that we question, you're not interested.
But we're not questioning him. You are. I'm not questioning him. Yeah, I'm not. So for me, his words are meaningless. Let him. Maybe he believes that. Maybe he has got that relationship.
Are you
with Kroenke.
Seriously wanting to hear that the manager that you've loved all season and since the FA Cup, you are happy with hearing him say those words about the? Did he have to say that? No, some PR person told him to say that. That's my point. He was unnecessary. He could have some cajones and say, you know what? I'll just keep it to the football tomorrow night.
But maybe he believed that because he wanted to bring Party in and he brought Party in. So maybe that he believes that they have got a vision. I'm sure there are many people that are going to disagree with me, but
listen, you believe what you believe.
Hey Marlon, when you say that we're unbelievable, do you mean like we're just so unbelievable? That kind of unbelievable or unbelievable? Oh my God, you guys are like crazy. Which one?
You can't say you lot are unbelievable because we're all we're disagreeing. But I'm looking at EFTV media saying be sensible. He wants Kroenke in. You don't know what he wants. Believe me, television is all a what's it called? Can't think of the word.
Oh my
illusion.
Gosh. Okay.
And I just believe that I will be more pissed off if he picks the wrong team tomorrow night, doesn't bring the subs on when he should. That's what I'll get pissed off about. Yeah,
of course. So you're not getting pissed off about the fact that he's backed the owners that everyone has just called vermin for the last 2 weeks. Unbelievable. Listen, okay.
Sophie, can I just say this?
You can say whatever you want, Casey.
No, I think this is really important. And look, we all say, we want them out and all that kind of thing. We know that. But at the end of the day, they still own the football club.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going anywhere, unfortunately. Which
they're
is
not
a nightmare.
We all know that. I mean, that's just nonsense that they're going anywhere.
No, yeah. So therefore, the manager at the moment has to work with them.
I find it unbelievable that people think I want Kroenke in. Just it's hilarious. I am laughing. You've made me laugh. I've had a very long day today at work, and you've made me laugh. By me supporting a manager, an employee of a club that's got to just say these things. I know what you're saying. You don't want him to over-accentuate. He's got a vision. He's got he's got that. But maybe in his eyes, he's just trying to calm the situation down during the biggest week of their lives.
Yeah, so of his managerial life.
You know what? Listen, he could. He could be gone. And maybe he's trying to deal with that situation.
Maybe he knows with Kroenke he won't get fired either. I mean, because he's...
Oh, he will, Soph. If he starts to go down the league even further and loses I can't see him surviving, to be honest. Not much longer into September, October, November.
Well, I mean, hopefully not if we're in the same position. You know what I mean? Hopefully not. All right. What else do you guys have before we close the show this evening? What do you want to say on the eve of this huge game that we have tomorrow night against Unai Emery, the former boss of the Arsenal Football Club? What say you before we leave?
We've got to win. Simple as that. We've got to go out with the right attitude and go for them and broke the neck. Because we can beat them out there. I'm telling you, we can beat them.
If we turn up, all guns blazing, no pun intended, and we go for it and we press higher and we've got discipline and we use our brains, then I'll be happy. But I'll be even happier if we get 1, 2, 3 away goals. We have to score. We have to score. I'm telling you now, we have to score.
Of course we do.
When, sometimes you look at it as a 0-0 and you go, no, 1-0's better. You know what? Possibly even losing 2-1. We need to get the goal. and we need to keep the game in sight. Remember, by the end of tomorrow night, it's only half time. This is the biggest match.
Depends what the scoreline is, to be honest
Well,
with you.
it doesn't matter because you know how ridiculous Arsenal are. You just can never call it.
As I said, I gave you the stats away from home. I do not fear tomorrow night's game. I fear the game coming back to us. Here we go. Say your prayers tonight, people. If you're going to send blessings, send them to Mikel Arteta and the boys. Because at the end of the day, we all love Arsenal Football Club. And what do we want? We want silverware. We want another European trophy. We want a parade. That's what we want.
A parade.
A
parade. We haven't mentioned the fact that lot down the road are not going to have a parade. Again.
We don't care about them. Right. Out of sight, out of mind.
But let's be honest. If you ain't that lot down the road, make sure you hit the like button.
Exactly.
Don't forget it.
And whether you want Arteta in or out, press the like button. At the end of the day, tomorrow night, we are all Arsenal.
I mean, seriously, if anyone's rooting against the team or Arteta, shame on you. Go support another club. That's just a disgrace.
I saw a tweet saying I want to lose tomorrow night, so they kick him out. That's not an Arsenal fan.
That's just disgusting. We're not on board with any of that garbage. Here's to the lads. We'll be back after the game tomorrow night, hopefully victorious. Hopefully Unai Emery will be crying some tears. And as PG says, it'll only be half time. But by God, do we need some away goals? At least
we do.
All right. Until tomorrow night, Kev, what's your last message?
Just win. I don't care about all this chat. Just win. PG.
End the show.
We win. We get some goals, and it will always be Arsenal. Always Arsenal. Come on, you Reds.
Get in.